I'm Christine Persichetti with this Currents News Update. A friend, a brother, and a real mentor. That's how New York Cardinal Timothy Dolan describes Brooklyn Bishop Nicholas DiMarzio. A friendship that started as brother priests in Washington, D.C., where he says the bishop was renowned for his work on immigration reform. Here now, part 2 of our in-depth interview with Cardinal Dolan.
I got to know him better, much better, when I came here as Archbishop of New York in April of 2009, almost 13 years ago. And then we became, so my respect and admiration for him developed into a fraternity and a genuine affection and a real intense collaboration. He used to make the he used to make the comment that I think was indicative of his legendary savviness. He said, you know, you and I are sort of good combination. He said, you come across as this nice guy, this come on, let's get everybody together, let's all get along. And he said, I can come across more. He would say it's sort of good cop, bad cop. But look, he's a good cop too. But he was aware of his persona as kind of a no-nonsense, let's get things done and let's cut to the chase and say what's really going on here. And that was a good combination.
So New York is one of the most diverse places on earth, different ethnicities, different languages, cultures, all of that. It's a complicated city, different dioceses. So how do you make it work when there's so many people coming from different backgrounds?
You make it work by showing up, all right? And Bishop DiMarzio would show up. He wouldn't miss an A&P ribbon cutting, you know. When he was invited, he'd be there. He's a great example of a street priest, and that's one of the highest compliments you can give another priest. Jesus was a street priest. He walked the streets. He went out to the people. He didn't sit there and wait for them to come to him. He went out. And Bishop DiMarzio would be that, literally a street priest.
What do you think are some of Bishop DiMarzio's signature achievements?
With all the challenges and crises that we've had, we need not underestimate the fact that Brooklyn is still going strong, okay? And he knows that a lot of what you might call the settled Catholic people are moving out. That's America, that's New York, you move on. But so there's been, because of that, he's had to merge some schools, he's had to merge from some parishes, but he's done it in a very fair, consultative way, and the Diocese of Brooklyn continues to flourish thanks to his leadership. He's been extraordinarily effective in strengthening and expanding Catholic charities, which is his forte. And he's done that very, very well. He's been very effective on the communications front, hasn't he? Look, Net TV, bravo.
Give me something about your relationship, a memory, any particular memory, something fun about your relationship.
He's got a laugh that can shake the Empire State Building. And I sort of set as my goal always to get him to laugh, and he loves it. Now, I'm teasing him now a lot. We go back and forth on the Irish-Italian thing. And I've said to him, I'm so happy in your successor because we got another Irishman in Brooklyn. Well, he just roars, you know. He's a good friend, you know. My gosh, just to relax and have one of his legendary bowls of pasta. So I really became close to him, and I consider him a friend and a brother and a real mentor.
Cardinal Dolan also went on to say that he's always admired Bishop DiMarzio because of his willingness to, quote, dare and dream. And that's why his ministry has been so successful. The two friends will be together on Monday morning for the Columbus Day Mass at St. Patrick's Cathedral. The Biden administration is revoking a Trump-era rule that barred federally funded clinics from referring patients for abortions. Known as Title X, the taxpayer-funded program makes available more than $250 million a year to clinics. But the New York State Catholic Conference says the program was intended to provide family planning services, not to promote abortion, writing, "Abortion is not a method of family planning. It is the intentional destruction of innocent human life. It is disheartening to know that Planned Parenthood, the nation's largest abortion provider, is now poised to receive a new influx of federal and state taxpayer dollars." Pope Francis addressing the issue of sexual abuse following that decades-long report of more than 200,000 underage victims in the French church. At his General Assembly, he called it a moment of shame.
I wish to express my sorrow and my pain to the victims for the trauma that they have suffered, and also my shame, our shame, My shame for the too long incapacity of the Church to put them at the center of its attention.
Pope Francis called upon French bishops to ensure it never happens again. Despite the Holy Father's pleas, death row inmate Ernest Johnson was put to death Tuesday night.
At 6:02 p.m., the lethal injection of pentobarbital was administered. At 6:05 p.m., the 5-minute timer was set. At 6:11 p.m., Ernest Johnson was pronounced dead.
Johnson was convicted of a 1994 triple murder in Columbia, Missouri. Ahead of his execution, he wrote a note saying he was sorry for what he did and he asked for God's forgiveness. Pope Francis has called the death penalty an attack on the inviolability and dignity of the person. If you visit the Sistine Chapel at the Vatican, you'll want to bring binoculars. That's how high up the ceiling displaying Michelangelo's legendary artwork is. But for a limited time, you can get an up-close look at stunning replicas right here in New York City. Currents News' Jessica Easthope brings us an exclusive sneak peek.
Among the hustle and bustle of gritty Manhattan, a spiritual experience awaits. The Vatican is right outside your front door in a Sistine Chapel exhibit returning to New York City.
Just think of it like you're walking 10 feet underneath the ceiling. You see these from a perspective not even a pope has ever seen.
The exhibit, which features all 34 of Michelangelo's frescoes from the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, was created by Martin Bialis in 2015. Since then, the full-size photographic reproductions have toured the world, attracting people who want to experience God, art, and history through the iconic imagery.
We want to present this for people of all different faiths because this is such a monumental art masterpiece.
The exhibit has been designed to leave all the good of the Vatican experience without the rush or the crowds. And get this, you can take all the pictures and videos you like. The space is even open for weddings.
You're going to come out so relaxed and so inspired.
While walking through the exhibit, visitors are encouraged to use this audio device to learn about the frescoes. If I wanted to know more about the most famous one, the creation of Adam, all I'd have to do is go to the sign, point, wait for the beep, and listen.
For people that want to have this as a spiritual experience, hey, this is a way to go.
Bialis says the exhibit has already helped evangelization by drawing in a young crowd to timeless art so close you could touch it. In Manhattan, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
And you too can step into the Sistine Chapel like never before. Just head on over to chapelsistine.com and click on the city near you. New York's exhibit ends January 2nd, 2022. A Christ the King graduate was given the key to Queens after bringing home the gold from the Summer Olympics. Basketball player Tina Charles was honored at Queensborough Hall last week, together with track and field star Delilah Muhammad, for making history on the world stage. Queensborough President Donovan Richards even declared October 1st as Delilah Muhammad and Tina Charles Day. Congrats to them. That is this Currents News update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news.